Well, the Indian Air Force today released a promotional video featuring the story of the Balakot airstrike. The video was released by IAF Chief Air Chief Marshal RKS Bhadauria. The promotional video features shots of fighter jets taking off, dropping and radars zooming into targets. The video features a voiceover that talks about how the Indian Air Force avenged the Pulwama terror attack. In the video, the pilots are then seen running out to their Mirage 2000 fighter jets and taking off. This is followed by visuals of air traffic control centers as well as shots of radars zooming into potential targets. Now, the video also briefly shows the story of the February 27 dogfight between Indian and Pakistani fighter jets. This part features visuals of MiG-21 fighter jets which were involved in the dogfight taking off from a runway.
On 26th February of this year, I have successfully struck terrorist camps located at Balakot. On the next day, I have successfully thwarted Pakistan Air Force attempt to attack our military establishments. In the aerial engagement that followed, they lost a F-16 and we lost a MiG-21. Though the machine is important, the true strength of any organization lies with its personnel behind the machine. The men and women under my command are confident to take on any threat and are fully prepared to undertake full spectrum of air operations and respond to any challenge in the most befitting manner. In the recent years, there have been major changes in the geopolitical environment, leading to uncertainties that have created numerous challenges to national security. We in the IAF are always prepared to meet any contingency that these challenges may pose against the defense of our nation.
So those were the statements really by the IAF Chief RKS Bhadauria, Air Chief Marshal, who went on to give details not just about the Balakot strike but also about the preparedness of the Air Force. All of these videos being put out ahead of Air Force Day. Abhishek Bhalla is joining us with more details on this. Abhishek, if you could just give us details of exactly what's been mentioned in this promotional video on the Balakot strikes. What are the kind of details that they've gone into?
Well, this is an annual affair when the Indian Air Force comes out with a short film spelling out their achievements over the last few years. And obviously, in the last 1 year, the biggest achievement of the Indian Air Force has been the Balakot airstrike and the dogfight that ensued the following day, where the F-16 of the Pakistani Air Force was brought down. So this time, obviously, this video, this short film that the Air Force came out with, started with the reference of Pulwama attack and how the Indian Air Force within days got information and carried out these aerial strikes successfully, hitting terror camps in Balakot, Pakistan. And when the Pakistanis retaliated the next day, the Indian Air Force thwarted their attempt of hitting vital military installations in India, and that's when Wing Commander Abhinandan Vartaman was brought down. But before that, he also brought down the Pakistani F-16.
Yes.
And the new air chief mentioned this, saying that we lost one MiG-21, but on the other hand, Pakistanis lost one F-16.
Okay, so those are the details that have been mentioned. Abhishek, stay with us. Wing Commander Praful Bakshi is also joining us on this broadcast. Sir, thank you for speaking to India today. From the Air Chief's interaction and also the promotional videos that have been put out by the Indian Air Force, there's clearly a message that's going out, not just to boost the morale of our forces, not just to ensure that more youngsters are inspired to join the Indian Air Force, but it also sends across a very, very strong message to Pakistan.
Of course, it sends a very strong message to Pakistan, because Pakistan was always wondering whether India will have, the will to carry out such a strike or such an action, which they thought India would never carry out. But now, after this, suddenly Pakistan has realized what the Indian Air Force is capable of and what they are going to plan the next, and that is what is worrying them. So The Pakistan actually forgets its lessons. They should have learned the lesson in 1971 when we got the total air superiority, the lesson of the Longewala, the lesson of Kargil. They forgot everything. They actually started thinking that they are too superior. That is what they are taught because memories are short. So, but I think now this has gone down very well into the mind and psyche of Pakistan that what Indian Air Force is all about.
All right. Wing Commander Praful Bakshi, thank you for speaking to us here on India Today. So, Abhishek, coming back to you, this is what we were discussing, and the kind of voices that we've got is that this sends across a very, very strong message to Pakistan at a time, when they've been resorting to a lot of warmongering. You have clearly a message going out from Air Chief Marshal RKS Bhadauria that the Indian Air Force is fully ready to conduct any type of operation at any moment.
Well, he clearly said that, as a matter of policy, India doesn't carry out such strikes. But if there is provocation by the Pakistanis, like in the case of Pulwama, obviously they are ready to hit back. But as far as the Indian Air Force is concerned, as a matter of policy, they do not believe in such strikes. But if the need be, the Air Force is always prepared. And if the government of the day wants and gives them a go-ahead, they will carry out similar strikes in future. He also mentioned that, the Air Force is very well prepared to fight a war at a short notice and also be in sync with other forces like the Indian Army and the Indian Navy. So very clearly he stated this, that come what may, if the need be, Air Force can repeat such aerial strikes, but as a matter of stated policy, they do not believe in doing so.
Okay, Abhishek, thank you for joining us. Let's in fact listen in to exactly what that promotional video is all about, the mention particularly of the Balakot strikes.
मात्र से शत्रु काया भंग है, मैं मिटाने दुश्मनों का नाम, परित्राणाय साधूना, विनाशाय च दुष्कृता। भारतीय वायुसेना ने इस कायरतापूर्ण आतंकी हमले का प्रतिशोध लेने के लिए चक्रव्यूह की रचना की। यहीं से शुरू हुई बालाकोट हवाई हमले की योजना। वायुसेना के लड़ाकू विमानों ने बालाकोट के पास आतंकियों के वर्षों से पल रहे ट्रेनिंग कैंप को चंद मिनटों में नेस्ता नाबूद कर दिया। इस तरह भारतीय वायुसेना के योद्धाओं ने पुलवामा हमले में शहीद हुए सपूतों के बलिदान का बदला लिया। अगले दिन 27 फरवरी को पाकिस्तानी हवाई हमले का एक व्यर्थ प्रयास किया, लेकिन सदैव सतर्क हमारे नभ प्रहरियों ने दुश्मन को भारत की आकाशीय सीमा में घुसने से पहले ही खदेड़ कर बाहर कर दिया।
And here's what Air Vice Marshal Sunil Nanotkar told us earlier. We had a conversation with him about the IAF briefing.
At a time when Chief has taken a press conference giving out the details of how he expects the Air Force to grow in the years to come. So I think if you see the entire package, I think it's a good way of first of all, assuring people of the Air Force that about the present capability, assuring the citizens of the country, assuring the political leadership as to where the Indian Air Force stands today. We have adequate to take on any adversaries, but that adequate is how adequate it is comes out of today's both promotional video as well as the press conference that the Chief has taken.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you would love to.